Hey everybody. Alright, I got a great idea for you. Alright, if you like stuffed cabbage like I do, you're going to want to make it this way. Okay? Now here's what I did. I cooked my rice in my Instapot. I put 3 cups of rice in the Instapot and 6 cups of water. Okay? Cooked that up. When it was fully cooked, I added a stick and a half of sweet cream salted butter. Let that melt in there and just stirred it up. In my meat mixture, I have Dale seasoning, Worcestershire sauce, my complete seasoning, Grill Mates honey hickory seasoning, and Blue Hog's dry rub. Okay, and I have 4 eggs. I have chopped red onion, chopped white onion, and chopped celery. All right, mix that all up. I also cooked up my cabbage leaves, laid them out on a sheet of parchment paper, put the rice on top, and now I am in the process of putting the meat mixture on top of that. All right, so let me finish putting the meat mixture on. I did most of this so that the video didn't end up too long. So, but yeah, this is all you do. I mean, you just make sure you get all the way to the end. Make sure you got a good amount of meat in there. Good amount of rice. Because this is a full meal. Now, I saw somebody else do something like this, but they added all kinds of stuff to it that, stuff I would never touch. So, as far as ingredients. So, yeah. But, like I said, you can add whatever you want. You can add mushrooms to this. You could add peppers or whatever you want. Any kind of vegetable that you want. Okay? But, for me, this is what I'm doing. Because this is what we like. Just adding what little bit of meat I have left in the bowl. And this was 1.5 pounds of ground beef and 1 pound and maybe 1.5 pounds of ground pork that I used. Okay? So, and 1 head of cabbage. So, there you go. So, now the next step to this is rolling it into a log, okay? And that's where the parchment paper comes in handy, all right? So you just roll it all up, and then you place it on a greased sheet of parchment paper or tin foil, and you can use a layer of small leaves of cabbage and put the log on top of that to also keep it from burning and sticking to the pan. And once you get that on the pan, you put a little oil on the top, extra virgin olive oil or cooking spray, and then you stick it in the oven, 375, until the inside is fully cooked and the cabbage is a little golden brown. Then you can top it with a tomato sauce and stick it back in, and put some cheese on there, and stick it back in the oven until the cheese melts. Pull it out, let it cool before slicing it, and then serve it, and you have a great meal. All right, so give me a few minutes and I'm going to roll this up. All right, here it is, all rolled up. That's huge, isn't it? But, it's going to give you a few meals, so. But other than that, like I said, put it on a parchment lined or foil lined cookie sheet, and put a little extra virgin olive oil on that, little salt, little pepper on there, and bake it in the oven or air fryer until the top is golden brown, inside is fully cooked, and you're good to go. All right, and then top it with sauce or whatever you want to top it with. Put some cheese on there, and you're good to go. Alrighty, so there you go, everybody. Nice meal for a weekend, a Sunday meal, or a weeknight meal. And the great thing is you can prep all these ingredients the day before you want to make it. So there you go. But one thing you do have to do with the cabbage is trim that stem before you roll this, before you lay them out on the parchment paper. So don't forget that. All right, see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, share, and like, and I will see you in the next video.